Thank you very much. Back here at Myers Reserve, we have Peter Walker, who has just come from the Mornington huddle, and with him we have Mickey. Is it?
We've got Calvin Keating from Corio. Calvin was also in the interleague squad and didn't come up for today's game. Calvin, you went out and had a listen to what the big fella had to say. Any special comments?
He just said, like, keep the forward line open and, just get in and help them out, like give it a couple of shepherds and, just keep chipping it around.
The boys that are doing the hard work, Timmy and those fellas in the centre of the ground, they seem to be holding up okay, holding their own.
Yeah, playing well, getting in front of the ball. That's what it's, have to get first for the footy, and that's about it, yeah.
All right, and with the Mornington Peninsula, it's interesting that the coach said, we better get off the ground, the coach said Geelong seem very strong in their back line and they're holding together. They're not looking for Robinson enough, and I think they've looked for him well enough. We don't need him on the ground anymore.
He's kicked 3 goals, Pete.
Hey, they're certainly looking for him, but he said not enough, and Andrew Harvey at centre-half forward, not enough. He said the opposition's running into a hole, and he wants them to stop that. So it looks like we're set for a good second quarter, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Thanks, Peter.
Yep, thanks very much, Peter Walker there. Our
Boundary rider.
Boundary rider, that's the word I was looking for.
He's a poor man's Robert Domenico.
Certainly, and I noticed wandering around the ground in a very nice brown camel coat is the Channel 7 personality, Donald Scott. Also here this afternoon. Hopefully we'll try and get him up. See what he's got to say about this good encounter.
As we see for the start of the second quarter here, Buckley's the Gaming Centre. Geelong 3-1-19, trail Mornington 5-1-31, and the ball is thumped into the turf for the commencement of the second term.
Okay, good work there too from the big fella in back. It got it down to Peter Strucker, who was one of the better players.
Oh.
And this could be a problem for the GDFL. Actually, this player I thought was one of their better players in the first quarter, and the coach, Peter Bastanak, has absolutely berated him at quarter time. He's come out and taken a great mark. He's about 45 metres out directly in front. He's kicked one.
He's lining it up. Harvey comes in onto the right boot and goes bang, but he's pulled it to the left, and it's gone through for 1 point. It takes Mornington on to 32 and Geelong are on 19. That's on Buckley's, the Gaming Centre scoreboard.
Well, not even a minute played in this second quarter. Naylor brings the ball out to the members' side of the ground. He's picked the biggest man on the ground there in backer. Quick hands there to Hussey. But some good pressure there from the Geelong defence in Morley. Kicked off the car, but Hussey, quick kick at goal. Gee, that was very quick footy. Good thinking from Mornington. Quick hands to Hussey. Chris Hussey's snapshot at goal from the right forward pocket, though, hits the post, and 1 point the result. 33 plays 19. Mornington in the lead. Scotty Simon now leads. Naylor kicks it wide. Good footy. Better footy. Out to the 50-metre line. Member side half back. He finds Jones. Jones hand passes to Wall.
Okay, he's out of bounds when he kicks it.
One of the better players for Geelong ends up with it there in O'Leary. O'Leary's kick, though, couldn't be marked at half forward. A bit of a distance travelled there by the player. He's been pinged, Chris Hunt.
For running too far.
Yeah. Ran too far with the footy. Bit tough on him, I felt, there, the umpire.
Paul Gillett from Anarchy will be the recipient of the free kick. He could just about have a shot there, Ron, wouldn't you? Well, you would.
It'll test him. Well, unless there's a better lead or someone in a better spot who's not covered. But at the minute, Mornington doing a great job. Now it's a lovely kick. Right up to the teeth of goal. Oh, good use of the body there. Nearly went through. That was Heath Buck. But it's off hands and through for a rushed score. And a lovely kick there from the centre-half forward for the GDFL Raiders in Paul Gillett. Mornington now coming short. That was good footy there, Eddie Fisher. Hand passes to the run of his teammate there in Jason Vaughan. Goes out wide. There's been an infringement or mark paid. I think you'll find it's Luke Luddick is the recipient. On top on his wing at the present time. Kick, not a good one to centre half forward. And now allows Mornington to come in. fumbled the footy. Under pressure there was Scotty Morrison from Mornington, but somehow Schruck ends up with it. Good footy from him. Oh, good lead, good footy. And very dangerous Peter Schruck when he gets the ball.
Goes short, and he finds his teammate there, probably no more than 20 metres out on a very slight angle, and that's Chris Huffy from Hampton Park. Very unselfish football from the full forward then, Ron.
Yeah, it was. And again, Noel, if you can find someone in a better position,
go for him.
Go for it. Chris Hussey, he's only 30 metres out. He may have just squeezed it in. Yes, he has. Great goal.
Well, it's opened up a dangerous gap now, Ron, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. We're just losing a little bit of direction. We're probably not penetrating the corridor as much as we should, the GDFL side. And at the present time, trailed by 19 points. As
we see on Buckley's, the Gaming Centre scoreboard here. Lovely shot on the screen too. Geelong 3-2-20, trail Mornington 6-3-39, and we've been travelling, Ron.
4.5 minutes now of the second quarter, put by Bannockburn Sporting Trophies.
That's the time clock. Oh, terrible bounce again. These boys can't get the bounce right. Up they go. Nobody can do anything with it. Wild handball comes out of the pack from Peter Bastanak, the coach. Good as a kick for mine. Goes down to centre half forward. They all overrun it. Coming through, getting through the traffic. Lastly was Matty Joseph. He goes round onto his left foot. Can't find anybody. Had a shot at the goals, but it was marked by Geelong. Geelong clear out the half-forward flank in front of the old scoreboard up here at Bell Post. Till it is now. Twists and turns, comes back inboard to his teammate. Does that fella, Jason Bourne, gets the football. He can't do anything with it. Gets out of traffic and gets it up to the half-forward flank. Comes across that time to Bastanak again, the coach of the side. Playing coach they've got. He's kicked it up to full forward. And it's gone over the back of the pack. Nobody can do anything with it. Geelong are running onto it. It's going to beat them. No, it stayed in play. Oh, Hussey again. And very clever football. But Geelong were equal to the task. David Wall through the agency. Gets it over to his teammate. Kicks it out to centre half forward. Handball comes across to, we see Geelong looking up for O'Leary on the wing. O'Leary takes a mark. Stewie Scott's running down the outside, not doing anything with it. Goes inboard to centre of the ground where he finds Reuter steadies the ship.
Yeah, good work there, Justin Morley. Andy Reuter now with the footy. Into the centre of the ground or in front. A great mark.
You've got a punch him behind, Ron, haven't you?
Well, yes, and gee, that was a terrific mark. And that looks like the 24 jumper Heath Buck. Now, the ball kicked quickly up there, the half forward for the Mornington side. Doing all the attacking early stages of the second quarter. Quick hand pass there from Murphy. Finds a teammate there.
And that's it.
Morrison. His kick a beauty. And again, Robinson.
Not looking for him, Peter. Peter Walker? Are they looking for Robinson or not?
I tell you what, it's obvious when you have a look at his record. He's played Springvale, so he's been up, near the big time. He's a very well put together fella, isn't
he? Yeah.
Leads very well. Position.
Point blank range.
And
tight angle.
Missed. You're right, Peter.
Well, the goal umpire's put two fingers up, Pete, so I think...
You're on drugs, so am I.
Well, that's Keith Robertson's fourth goal here this afternoon, and I think we need to find someone a little bit more close checking there for the GDFL Raiders.
They've got to make a move now. Buckley's a Gaming Centre sees them skipping away from Geelong, 7-3-45, leading Geelong 3-2-20, and we've been travelling about halfway for a second.
7 minutes gone now of the second term. Back to the centre. Bounce, not a good one. It favours Reuter. Wrapped up, lost the ball. Punch forward. That was good play to Gardner. Quick hands to O'Leary was good footy. O'Leary's little kick up to half forward. Puts Gillett under pressure, but he was good enough to control it. Hands and knees. Back to O'Leary. But again, Warrington running in numbers. Quick hands there was good work. Hamilton out wide to Schruck, but chipping in there off a good lead there from Harvey. Chipping in, taking a timely grab, and I think you'll find it could be Nevada Cornwall for the GDFL Raiders.
You're spot on the money, runners. Nevada Cornwall goes out to the outer half-forward flank. Nobody can take a mark. The umpire can't possibly play that. It stacks on the mill, and as we see the ball forced over the boundary line on that half-forward flank outer side of the ground. They, Geelong get the ball, Ron. They are under pressure to get rid of it.
Yep.
There's no free space for them, and that's where Mornington are foiling all Geelong's moves forward. We see the big fella in back and go up over the top of the pack from that boundary throw in, and the ball's forced forward. This time it comes out through the agency that time of Geelong, but the boy with the ball just ran it straight over the boundary line.
Just between you and me, I'd like to see Justin Tate, who's on the ground now in the ruck. I'd like to see him go to full back and give James Naylor a run on the ball.
That's not a bad move, Ron, as we see coming out. Oh, how about the football too, is that Geelong boy? And the umpire...
Well, he's pinged him for being caught in possession, no?
Yeah, Dave Lucas it might have been, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was the man I was just talking about, Justin Tate. Dave Lewis not playing today.
Right. That's interference.
Good work, good use of the body, allowed Mornington teammate to come in, and he's played all right this quarter too in Scotty Morrison. Goes to Hussey, back to Morrison, was good footy. Mornington into attack.
Talk.
No talk, loose ball. Two Geelong players flew for it. Comes across to where we see Pasternak, goes to Harvey. Too easy, Mornington. Great goal.
Well, if you don't talk, those are the sort of things that happen.
Well, the centre half forward, Strongman Andy Harvey, kicks his second of Mornington Peninsula and the Nepean Footy League's 8th goal here this afternoon. It came up at the 9.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Mornington Peninsula now 8-3-51. They lead Geelong 3-2-20. Ball back into the centre.
So, fellas, we've got guys that have just come off the ground. We've got Andy Williams is just having a bit of a rest, and Andy Roy, the ruckman's come off for a bit of a rest.
Well, I can't see the sense in that.
Well-deserved rest for Reuter, but yeah, we need him out on the ground.
Yeah.
Brett Feldman with strength over his bigger opponent. Chips it in. Looks there for Stuart Scott. Well caught with the ball. That was a great tackle, Timmy Gardner, and should be rewarded.
It is.
Gardner tips it over. Looks there for Stuart Scott. And Stewie hasn't leaned down. Coming in late there was the little bloke Peter Schruck, I think you'll find. Just couldn't quite get a handle on the footy. Good lead there from Gillett. That's good footy.
Yeah, it was good footy. Good footy, good kicking, good leading. Everything was right there. Stewie Scott hit Gillett on the chest, and that puts him on a 45-degree angle, and we're right behind him here in our commentary position. He's just got to thread the ball. He's probably about 40 metres, 35 metres out, and as he goes onto his right foot, and he kicks it like an arrow, straight through the middle, over the umpire's tit-for-tat. That's his hat, Ron.
Yeah, nice goal too. Paul Gillett gets his first for the afternoon.
Badly needed.
Badly needed fourth goal for the Geelong District Footy League. Raiders moves them a little bit closer now. They trail Mornington Peninsula and the Nepean Footy League by 25 points.
Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard sees Geelong 4-2-26, trailing Mornington Nepean, who are 8-3-51, and that is at the 11.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Now, Justin Tate up against the big fella who does it easy in the centre. Russell Scott came in well at half-back. Hand pass, that was good football there from Holden. Got it over the run of his teammate who goes short, Eddie Fisher, and finds a very elusive Scotty Morrison at half-forward. His kick is a beauty. And a good lead, Harvey. And obviously being baked at quarter time, Andy Harvey, he's making the coach eat his words because this is about his fourth possession in as many minutes. He's kicked two. This will be a good 50 metres out. The drop punt is a beauty. Up they go.
Through, I think. Through anyway, was it?
Umpire just checking. I think the mark will be rewarded. No, it's not. It's a goal. Great goal off the beat there of the big fella, Andy Harvey, the Hampton Park hero, I'd call him. Got a pretty good support in the crowd as well. And a great goal. 9-3 now. 57 points, Mornington Peninsula and the Nepean Footy League, leading the Geelong District Football League Raiders 4-2-26, and the time check shows 13 minutes gone of the second quarter. Back to the centre. Backer again from Mornington, got it down, but it's Russell Scott did well. Got it to a teammate in Tate. Falls on the ball, lost it. Umpire said, no, give it to me. Some fine work there, Russell Scott, knocking the ball forward, but the umpire had blown his whistle.
And Stewie Scott was trying to con him to get a free kick out of him, but Learmouth was having nothing to do with it. It's a bad bounce again. We sent a big fella in back and get the punch away clearly, but the ball's chipped in, picked up nicely by Timmy Gardner. He gets it up to centre half forward. Nobody can take the mark. It's play on for mine. Handball comes out, time to the full forward again in Paul Gillett. He punches it up to an open goal, and you wouldn't want to believe it. It bounced the wrong side of the big sticks, Rod.
Yeah, great work. Acknowledge Heath Buck there. At ground level, couldn't take the mark overhead. Recovered well. Quick hand pass there to Gillett. A little bit of luck. Could have ended up with another 6-pointer for Paul Gillett, but the ball just didn't hold up in this slight breeze blowing across the ground. And Mornington have a sigh of relief. Going short. Good work there to the run of Eddie Fisher. Kicks along to the members' side. And one of the tallest back pocket players I've ever seen, Chris Hunt. Hunt plays on. Put his teammate under a bit of pressure. Lost the ball
Chris
now.
Hunt, was it?
Chris Hunt it was, yes. Gardner, back to O'Leary. Good footy, O'Leary. Oh, the kick, a shocker. But dashing onto the ball at half forward was Stewie Scott. Good vision. And picks out the big man in Justin Tate.
And just a quick change for the Mornington side. Eddie Fisher's come off for a rest. That's number 14. And he's been replaced by number 12, which is a late inclusion, and that's Mark Page.
This bloke's built like Ronnie Brain. Peter?
Justin Tate will love you, Noel. Fair dinkum. The left foot drop punt. It rolls up on the square. No one can compete for the Geelong side. Comes to ground level. Now they have a go.
Give it to me.
But,
says the umpire, Mark.
We're getting flogged in the air, Noel, at the moment.
We are,
Geelong side.
Yeah, we need a couple of big... And they've got Reuter off the ground. What are they doing? Why have they got Reuter off the ground, Peter Walker?
I'm not the coach.
Well, again, Mornington do well in defence. Harwood defends well for them. Goes out wide to the number 12 Guernsey, which I believe is Mark Page, all the way from Dingley. A late inclusion in their side. 30 points the margin here, just halfway through the second quarter. Put us by Buckley's the gaming centre, and of course Bannockburn supporting trophies. Right half forward, Geelong to attack. The breeze probably favouring the Geelong end to which Mornington are kicking at this present time, and have probably taken pretty good advantage of it, adding 4 goals to so far. Geelong 1 goal 2 for the turn.
So what, the breeze is definitely favouring the right of screen.
It certainly is.
And it wasn't at the start of the game as much as it is now. Throw in out there, as we see the big fella from Geelong get the tap down. Only to be sharked by Mornington. A quick kick out of the pack into the run that time of Michael O'Leary. O'Leary kicks the ball out where we see nobody not taking the mark. I held for mine, and yes, the Mornington boy there, Chris Hunt, at centre-half back's got the football. He goes down to centre-half forward, out there looking for the big fella there. Just too high for David Wall, and that was Scotty Morrison.
Been very impressive, has Morrison in the second quarter, setting up many forward movements.
Good lead.
Lovely use of the ball too.
I like this boy. I like this boy, the one they don't look for, Ron. Keith Robinson led out beautifully. He's taken a mark, probably 45-degree angle, 30 metres out. Shouldn't have any trouble posting Mornington's 10th goal.
He's kicked 4 straight, no? So,
well, he'll kick 5. You watch him kick it, he kicks it like an arrow. We're right behind him. He's coming in on the foot, and he hasn't let me down. Bang! Straight over the umpire's tit for tat. That's his hat. And that's another goal to the Mornington side.
And another change there for the Mornington side. Cameron Stewart's come off the ground for a rest, and he's been replaced by Darren Hamilton, who's gone straight into the centre.
Okay, well, moves being made aplenty by the Mornington side, and yet they're leading the game by some 36 points. I'm a little bewildered, Peter. Are the Geelong boys still back in the box down there?
Now concentrate in the game.
Okay, well, they need to make some moves for mine. McFarlane was good.
63 plays 27 on Buckley's the gaming centre scoreboard. We've been travelling 18 minutes in the second quarter as we see it centre half back with a football. Mark Guthrie go out wide looking for his teammate. can't find him. He falls onto the ball as Luke Luddick. He punches the ball forward, but Mornington coming through the agency that time of Jason Harwood. He gets the football and can't do anything with it and runs it over the boundary line out of sight of the ground.
Yeah, great work, Luke Luddick there. Made that boy Harwood earn every possession he had for a minute. Fumbled the ball in the end and lost it. Out of bounds, left half forward. Now Mornington into attack. Luke Luddick being very busy for the Raiders this afternoon. Tate used the body well in that aerial contest. No one gets a decided advantage. Pack of players have formed again. And another bounce down. 63 points, plays 27. Mornington in front. And time check, 18.5 minutes gone to the second quarter for the country championship game out at Wendy Hill, Myers Reserve, between two very good leagues.
And the Mornington side are doing a fairly bulk amount of changes. Number 5 has come from the ground, John Holden, playing on the far wing. That's the old scoreboard side, and he's been replaced by number 10, Peter Dole, who represents the Frankston side.
Yeah, I can understand that, Pete. Luke Luddick's man that was, and Luddick well on top. The kick, Geelong just not being able to do much at all at the minute, and I think you'll find it was Stewie Scott's second error. It was Russell on that occasion. He's kicked the ball out of bounds from the full. I don't know what's happened now. There's a bit of indecision. The central umpire talking to the boundary.
I think it's a free kick to Mornington, isn't it?
No, Russell Scott had the ball. He's kicked it out of bounds.
Oh, he must have over the line when he kicked it. I'll say that's
what's happened?
Yep.
Good call.
Boundary throw in, far side of the ground, as we see the big fellas do ruck. Oh, over the back of the pack was Darryl Jones. He couldn't do anything with it. It's come forward. Shark by Mornington. Lovely handball inboard to his teammate there in Dole. Dole gets it across. Best on the ground, this big fella for mine, backer. He goes up forward, looking for his teammate. Can't do anything with it. Comes back out that time to Russell Scott. Russell Scott goes onto the right foot. Here he is again. Backer. Bang! Straight up to the full forward position. Out come Mornington. Can't do anything with it. The ball hits the deck. The umpire's found a free kick for too high. And you'll find that'll go to Scotty Simon, Ron.
Yeah, doing well, playing in front, and got the advantage there from the umpire. He's very indecisive. He's kicked Timmy Gardner under all sorts of pressure. Support from Naylor, who seems to be up the ground, but it doesn't matter because the little blokes will mop up just as well. Darren Hamilton, I think you'll find he comes in.
Yeah, Peter Dole it was.
Was it?
Yeah, Peter Dole. Number 10.
Was it number 10?
Just come on the ground.
Great footy. Great goal.
And I like the scoreline now, Ron. 11-3, 69. Any way you like it. Leading Geelong 4-3-27 on Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard. What do you think of that, Peter Walker?
Your mathematics is magic. You're a school teacher too, aren't you?
You said it.
Was it biology?
Why don't you like 69?
Back to the footy. Again, Backer doing well on the set of bounces now that Reuter is off the ground. As quick hands again. Mornington doing as they like. Campbell, good footy.
Oh, he's pushed him in the back.
Yeah, good use of the body.
Actually, he's in the side, wasn't it?
Plays on. He's getting sick of kicking himself, so he's handballed to him in the goal square. Matty Joseph.
That's the bloke they're not looking for that took the mark.
Matty Joseph kicks his first and 12th goal to the Mornington side, becoming a little bit of procession here this afternoon as the margin now extends to 8 goals.
Dangerous now. It's getting to the dangerous stage. I think this is going to be a hiding for Geelong if they don't make some drastic changes or get some energy pumped into their leagues. What do you suggest?
Yes, well, a bit more of a commitment in the centre for a start. Feldman now back in the middle. Backer, as he likes. Good work there. Russell Scott at half-back. Kicks it out wide. Looking there for his teammate. But on the ball now is Jason Vaughan at half-back. Mops up well. Looks out wide there to Chris Hussey, but he can't control the left. And Russell Scott happy to see the ball go out of bounds, out of side centre wing, as 22.5 minutes gone off this second quarter. Ball out of side. Wind direction straight across the ground now. Making conditions a little trickier for the players. Good work, Timmy Gardner to Cornwall, who's kicked though not a good one. And Harwood takes of back.
Right.
Yes, he has. Kicks the ball, not a good one, into the centre of the ground. Gardner's hand pass, always a little late. Luddick. And he couldn't control it. Umpire said he'll give it to me. He had a bounce down in between centre half forward and centre of the ground. Mornington into attack, Tate flies high, gets the handle on the footy, but again, Mornington with players at the footy. Darren Hamilton's quick hand pass to Schruck was okay. Up there looking for Joseph. He's shown a ton of dash. Hand pass over the top was okay as well. Puts his teammate there in. I think you'll find that was Murphy under a bit of trouble.
Hussey.
But Hussey goes, thank you very much. Another one.
Session there, Ron.
Certainly is. And just too quick by hand and foot. A lot of running players for the Mornington side at the minute, making the GDFL look a little bit lethargic and in fact slow, no?
Yeah, they are. And I hate to criticise, but Jason Doherty does. Now he's in the position to be criticised, and I don't think they're making enough moves off the bench, do you? Got to try something.
Well, they've got Scotty Simon now at fullback.
Good move. As we say on Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard, Geelong 4-3-27. Copying a bit of a shellacking here from Mornington, 13-3-81.
Heath Buck has been moved to centre-half back, so changes galore. McFarlane now, an opportunity to run under the ball at half forward as Geelong have got it out of the centre. Quick hand pass here from Spicer on the ground.
Good work from the old fella, Sid Jones. Gets a handball across to Brett Feldman. He goes bang up there looking for the goals, but he's offline and he's put through for 1 point to Geelong, and that brings up their 4th point. That takes them to 4-4-28, trailing Mornington 13-3-81, and we have been travelling 25 minutes in the second term.
And another change for Mornington. Chris Hussey has come off the ground and been replaced by Matthew Hose. Water Hose, so I'm told his nickname is.
Water Hose, yeah, well, Hussey's probably knocked up, mate. He's had a fair bit of the footy.
I reckon you made that up, Peter.
I know that comes straight from Ken Knight, the president of the Mornington side.
Okay, we thank Ken for his cooperation before the game, as well as Mornington just cooperating nice out in the middle of the ground. Beautiful football there from his teammate at centre wing. Running down the ground was Campbell. Off hands to Morrison again. Back of the pack. The big fella couldn't take it, Robertson. And that's a first. Keith Robertson, the kick though off the boot of Morrison was a wobbly old punt, making it very hard for the forwards to mark. And it's off hands and through for a rush point.
Pretty hard though to do everything when they're not looking for you, Ron.
Luke Luddick, gee, one of the tries of the GDFL side here this afternoon, takes a good grab from Scotty Simon's kick from fullback. On the members' side of the ground, up there looking for Russell Scott. The ball comes to ground, swooping on it, Peter Dole, left foot kick, a beauty.
Oh, again.
And that's where I think a bit of the problem is there, fellas. I think we've got to show a little bit more attention to number 19 and number 24. That's Robinson, and the number 24 is Andrew Harvey.
We see unselfish football from Robinson, chipped it across to Matty Joseph, who is no more than 10 metres out on a 45-degree angle onto that right foot, and bang, straight over the umpire's tit for tat. That's his hat. There's another one of the Mornington boys. That brings up their 14th, 14-4-88.
And we have had a change in the GDFL. Coming off for a rest is number 25, Christian McFarlane, and going on to a half-forward flank type area, number 30, Sean O'Leary from the Eastern Suburbs Club.
Okay. 14-4-28.
88.
14-4-88 it is.
To 4-4-28.
60 points.
Things aren't looking good for the GDFL at this stage. That's on Buckley's the Gaming Centre scoreboard as we see Jason Doherty doing his block down out the front here. Normally in the commentary position today, Chairman of Selectors for the Geelong District Football League, as we see the umpire from the Mornington Peninsula Football League put the ball into the ground. Up they go, Geelong get it out. Comes out that time through Brett Feldman. He gets it across to his teammate. A kick forward where Geelong are behind again, coming through strongly with Stuart Scott. He can't do anything with it. Picked up nicely that time by Eddie Fisher. His handball's wild. Goes out to his teammate Jason Harwood, who I think's played a fairly good game, but Geelong chipped through the agency of Sid Jones. Goes up the forward line. Coming through strongly though, the Mornington Peninsula back themselves, and Andrew Allen Campbell's got the football. Takes one bounce, takes two bounces. Well chased though. Gets it up to the centre wing as we see Russell Scott spoil from behind for the Geelong boys. And the ball has gone over the boundary line, and there's going to be a throw-in, and that was that number 9 Guernsey, and I haven't got him in my record.
He's Robert Murphy from
Robert
Tucson.
Murphy. Yeah, he's on the record at 29.
Okay, thank you very much.
Back up. does well again from behind this time on Tate, but he's hit it straight in the throat of Brett Feldman, who clears the ball at centre wing, up to half forward. Naylor at centre half forward. Quick hand pass out to Sean O'Leary, who's just kicked it straight out of bounds.
He was clear. Muscle can't be talking out there. Mornington hard up against the point post, bringing it back in from that out of bounds. He plays on now. He's got to take a bounce. Does he go? No, he's just going to run his good measure and goes bang out the other side of the ground, and we see a mark spilt by Mornington. Spin on the football was Scott Morrison. He kicks it into the centre of the ground, where we see a mark taken that time by Mark Page. Page goes out to the far wing, and a free kick has been paid because, did he pay the mark wrong?
I think he's paid the mark, and against Scotty Morrison it is. Lovely work too, good vision, good running there from teammate down the ground. He kicks up to the pocket, but chipping in, Russell Scott saves the day for the GDFL Raiders. Kicking, not good, but this time Naylor rose to the occasion. Marks it up back, hand pass over to the right Cornwall. Held on the ball a bit long, but was good enough to get it to Morley. He goes back now to Stuart Scott, back to Morley, back to Wall, who looks inboard, Tate in front, should arc the ball, but ducked his head at the crucial time. And again, the Mornington side through Bastonak, clear the half forward, put down your gloves. Matty Joseph gets around one. He's let me down this time. The kick, not a good one. It's well trapped, though, by the water hose. He goes back in again. He's lost it. He's got it. No, he hasn't. There's been a hold. I think you'll find Scotty Simon will get the free kick now.
Correct, right.
Last line of defence.
Umpire's making him go back behind the mark, and Geelong will they were free out here.
That's pretty stupid, isn't it? All they had to do was call play on the umpire.
Yeah. If we see Russell Scott on the football, I kicked it straight across the face of the goal. He goes short up there looking for Brett Feldman. Feldman hasn't let him down. He goes back inboard looking for his teammate. Gets the long handball out. That was Nevada Cornwall. Gets the handball across to his teammate and Timmy Gardner. Gardner goes back to Cornwall. Cornwall kicks it up in the air. Nobody can take it. Running under the football is Brad Spicer. He did get a cruel bounce running over the ball was Glenn Hamilton. Hamilton gets it across to his teammate in the end. And the boys from the Mornington side see the ball back onto the wing on the outer side here at Myers Reserve, and it goes over the boundary line for the throw-in.
Yeah, Matt Benwell, the Pearsdale defender, who teammate of the coach, Peter Bastonak, doing well there at defence. The second time he's cleared the ball with some dash, wearing the number 23 Guernsey, listed as number 9 in the program.
Schruck gets the handball out of the pack, comes back to where Schruck's on his... No, it wasn't Schruck on his hands and knees, it was Hamilton. He gets it across to his teammate there in backer again. Best on the ground for mine is backer. He kicks the ball up long where he's found Robert Murphy, I think that was, with the football. He plays on foolishly. In go the Geelong and District boys. In go the Mornington Peninsula boys. The umpire said, give it to me, nothing's happening here. And they would be across half forward for the Mornington.
Believe it or not, Timmy Gardner finally met his match. I've never seen it done before, but that boy, Peter Schruck, has trapped him like you wouldn't believe. And Gardner, who's normally known for his strength, was well collared. Good knock away for Geelong, but at ground level again, good hands there from Joseph. Gives it across to his teammate. I think Peter Dole.
Push him into it.
And, Peter Dole has been terrific with that left foot. Very penetrating, low trajectory drop punts to the forward line. And I'd suggest that Keith Robertson will buy him a drink after the game because he's got the footy again.
That he has, Ron. 14-4, plays 4-4-10. As we see Robbo run around. Bang, puts it straight through the middle. That brings up the 15th goal for the Mornington Peninsula side. And on Buckley's the gaming centre, we see Mornington 15-4, 94, leading Geelong 4-4-28.
And we're probably just coming into the last minute again as Mornington make another change. Chris Hussey has come onto the ground, and coming off for a rest is the number 23, who was playing fullback, Matt Benwell from Pearsdale.
Well, 32 minutes have gone, Peter, of this second quarter, and we just about need an interchange up here too, as we see the bounce down. Barry again does well. Running onto the football was Feldman, but hesitated. Good tackle though on his opponent. I think you'll find in Morrison, and umpire will come in and bounce down. So sounds terminate the first half of football out here at Myers Reserve for the country championship game between Geelong District Football League Raiders and the Mornington Peninsula Nepean Footy League. And, Noel, what a quarter of football it was from the Mornington point of view, kicking 10 goals, 3 for the term.
Yeah, to Geelong District's 1 goal, 3. So that's the term that's really turned it round for the Mornington boys. Peter Walker on the boundary line, your better players for the Mornington side.
The better players for the Mornington side, I thought Jason Harwood at centre-half back put in a fairly serviceable effort, turned the GDFL around a few times. I'm here. And then I really don't think you can go past Robinson. Robinson's played very well, led well. You know, man his age, I think that's where GDFL have got a bit of a problem, and I would have thought someone like Michael O'Leary would have been a better option to go down to fullback, got a little bit more speed. So I gave Robinson a mention. Number 24, Andrew Harvey at centre-half forward. He came into the game, especially after being told by the coach at quarter time that he needed more out of him and to lift. Number 23, who is in your program at number 9, Matt Benwell at fullback. Came off for a rest late in that quarter, but certainly runs very, very hard at the ball. And it seems Mr. Fanning's already given this guy best on ground. I don't think he's quite there yet.
Who?
And that's the big ruckman, Andrew Backer. I think he's fairly serviceable, but maybe the umpire should look at throwing the ball up and not bouncing it all over the place.
You're out there on the ground. Is the wind is it doing anything, do you think?
No, I don't think so. No, ground's in good nick. There can be no excuses.
Okay, well, on that note, Noel, I think we'll just quickly goal kickers before we go back to the studio. Mornington Peninsula ably led by Keith Robinson with 6. 3 goals to Andy Harvey, 2 goals apiece to Chris Hussey and Matty Joseph, singles to Peter Schruck and Peter Dole. For the GDFL, they've got 4 single goal kickers, Andy Williams, Heath Buck, Christian McFarland and Paul Gillett. So on behalf of the guest video team here at half-time, a very comfortable lead to the Mornington Peninsula Nepean Footy League. They lead 15-4-94, GDFL Football League Raiders 4-4-28. Here at Mize Reserve. Back to the studio now for some messages.